Bluff City Media presents the Two Buck Sports Show with your hosts, Rusty Buckets and Uncle Buck. Now, let's get to the show.
What's up, everybody, and happy Friday. It is the Two Bucks Sports Show, and I'm your co-host, Rusty Buckets, coming to you live today, 11 a.m. Central on Bluff City Media's YouTube channel. I got my guy, Drew Gann, a.k.a. Uncle Buck. Uncle Buck, we got Jared in the comments, Jalen in the comments already, man. It's going to be a good show. How you doing, buddy?
I'm good, brother. How are you? It is a nice day in North Mississippi. A long day ensues. I'm calling a football game tonight at home. I'm working all night. I'm coming to Memphis tomorrow for the Grind City Brewing Show. A big, action-packed, mostly fun weekend ahead.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at as well. I've got a lot of work stuff I got to do, just emails and stuff this afternoon. Grizzlies game tonight. As Jalen said, we're getting that first elusive preseason dub tonight.
Not that it matters.
Not that the outcome matters.
Not that it matters.
The effort matters.
Not that it matters.
The 48 minutes matter. The outcome does not. But yeah, let's go get a win. Why not? Sure.
If you can figure out a way to thread that needle, let me know to be happy without a win.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. And then right before, as I'm getting set up here, I turn on my ring light and it just goes boop, and shorts out, won't turn on. So it's a blessing and a curse, I guess. You get what you pay for around here, but you don't get to see my face in high definition, which I'm sure most people would agree is a good thing.
A blessing. Okay, I was going to say, that is the blessing. You know, typically in TV, you have the big lights because it makes everybody pop. You know, you look real. You don't look like you're in a poorly lit room. Honestly, I still think Rusty's room is still a little too bright. So.
Yeah, if I can turn all the lights off, that might be a good thing. But on Friday, we start with buffoonery every single show.
Every day we start with buffoonery.
Every single show. That's what I said. Every single show. But on Fridays in particular, we have a segment we call our Bucks Big Three.
That's right. It is the Friday edition of the Two Bucks Sports Show. And before we get into our Bucks Big Three, which I am super excited about, I want to invite everybody that's watching on X and on the television and listening to us on FM AM radio to just stop doing that and come over to YouTube because all the cool kids hang out. Give us a thumbs up. It helps us out a ton, gets us in front of more people, and we would appreciate that greatly. But to start our Friday show with our Bucks Big Three, this is a segment in which Rusty typically picks a topic. We pick 3 items from each topic, and we leave it up to everybody to see who has the best list. I'm super excited about this list.
Yeah, today's is a good one. You know, we've been on a food streak for a while. You and I did baseball movies. Gabe and I did football movies last weekend, and today is one of our favorite things, Drew. We're both big Marvel movie fans, and so today, for all you comic book nerds like me out there, we are doing Marvel characters, picking our favorite Marvel superheroes. Drew, I don't remember who went first last time. I let Gabe go first last week just because I'm a nice guy, and so I'll do it again this week. And I'll allow you the privilege of going first overall in the Marvel Comics Bucks Big Three on this Friday.
I feel like we should set the stage, just a little disclaimer on the front end. We love Marvel movies. We are not the comic book guys. Much to my chagrin, I did not grow up reading the comic books. It's one of the things that I wish that I did, honestly. And if I could go back and do it, I would. I had the time.
So I'm going to allow you to speak for yourself there because I did. Now, I wasn't as immersive as Wayno and Luke and maybe some of them, but I read all the X-Men. I read all the Deadpool. I read all the Batman. I know he's not Marvel that I could get my hands on. And so, like, I have some experience here. And then I've got some favorites from the movies as well. So I'm not going to sit here and say that I'm a huge comic book nerd, but I did read a lot of the X-Men, most all of the Deadpool. I like Spawn as well, but he's DC, so caveat.
To prove my point, I've never even heard of Spawn.
Oh, man. It was the first, like, dark, super, like, anti-hero movie they made back in the 90s. It's PG-13. Like, he's true horror, like horror.
Is he the Spawn of Satan?
Basically, yeah. Basically, yeah. Yeah.
So kind of like incredible. Hellboy.
If they, but even darker, like truly sinister, like horror category. They need to remake that movie as a true horror superhero movie, and it would do numbers.
So I'll start this off. I gave my disclaimer. I'm not the purist that everybody else is. I love the movies. My list will be on the movies, okay? To me, if with the 101, it's not a true 101 because I believe there are two characters in the MCU movie universe that have to be picked, one or two. But there are two schools of thought. I don't think either person's wrong for choosing the other one. My pick is Iron Man because he is the leader. He is the brains behind the operation. He was the first character, and the whole world revolves around, in my opinion, Tony Stark and one other unnamed Marvel character. And, I mean, all the way up until the end where he snaps his fingers and tragically dies. Sorry, if you haven't seen it, I've spoiled it. It's your fault, not mine. Yeah. Okay? So, I think for me, and he's also, I like the wit. I love the character arc that he goes throughout the MCU. I'm a big fan of Tony Stark. That was an easy pick for me.
Yeah, I mean, it's good. Yeah, superhero, like the leader of the good guys, if you will, in the Avengers movies.
And he's also like a real dude. Like he is the other side of the coin to Batman. He's just the.
And that's why Batman was always my favorite growing up because like there's no shot that
it's attainable. I will never be a Norse god.
I'll never be Superman. I'll never. But there is a world where there's a path to Batman. I didn't take it, obviously, because I'm sitting here talking to you.
Yeah. I wasn't born into it, but he is just as human as I am.
That's it. It's attainable. I was born in the wrong family. The Witten family is not like the Wayne family, that's for sure. But it's attainable. So for me,
maybe Bobby Wayne, but but not.
If you know me, I have T-shirts. I have figurines. Yeah. I have cups. I have like all these things that represent my favorite comic book hero,
were going here.
Anti-hero, I guess, of all time. Shout out Chevy Wigington. He was my neighbor way back in the day. And like I could sneak to his house and read Deadpool because like my mom didn't like Deadpool because it had all the graphic. It was graphic, it vulgar, it was violent, all the things. Bruce Wayne, yeah. So Deadpool
of all the shows for him to sleep through. I need to call him real quick.
Yeah. So I'm picking Deadpool because and they waited until the right perfect time with the perfect action hero, the perfect actor to play him. Ryan Reynolds is the embodiment of Deadpool. He crushed it in the movies. Huge Deadpool fan since I was a kid. Deadpool is always my one-of-one in comic drafts.
All right, I'm texting Wayno right now. If I say, Wayno, wake up, we're doing Marvel characters. I knew you would go there, and that's why I'm glad you did. Listen, I love Deadpool, but to me, when it comes to like just the timeline, there are two players. He's kind of in his own. He is by nature in the kind of the side story. We'll see if he gets in the the second multiverse type of timeline that they're doing here. But I love the Deadpool movies, and Ryan Reynolds is the perfect actor to portray that. So for me, the other option for me for the number one pick, I'll get both of them, is Captain America. When you're just talking about leaders of the bunch, I like the character of Captain America. The backstory is cool. I loved Civil War. Was one of my favorite Marvel movies where it was Iron Man versus Captain America. So yeah, that's just me though. That's where I'd go. Yeah. We need to do 5, I think. Yeah, so
Cap is fine. Like Cap's fine. He's not one of my favorites. If you want to make it a Bucks Big 5 today, we certainly can.
Let's do it. We'll just hurry.
Big 5 today. And so we're going off script. You get what you pay for here. My number 2, you've already mentioned. He's a Norse god. He's got an incredible weapon. He's got an incredible just lines. Like Fat Drunk Thor won the League of Avengers Fantasy Football League a few years ago. And Chris Hemsworth is perfect as Thor. Give me Thor from the comic books and from the movies.
Yeah, that's pretty good. There's a greatest hits here. Luke, dang it, be quiet. I was getting there. Jeez, Luke's spamming the comments saying Ant-Man with 3 different spellings. Yeah. So, all right, I'll just go ahead and do it. I love Paul Rudd. I love Ant-Man. I think it is one of the funnier movies. It's a trilogy now. The Ant-Man's got his trilogy now. It's one of the funniest ones, and so I do hold it close to my heart. Ant-Man's one of them. I was going to wait till later, but I'll just go ahead and take it now.
He would have been safe from start to finish because Ant-Man's fine, but he doesn't do a whole lot for me. My next one, I've already taken his counterpart. If you liked X-Men growing up, if you like those comics, like Wolverine is a true hero. And him and Deadpool's battles in some of those comic books, in the movies, they finally got Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds on the same movie screen in the most recent Deadpool. And so I'm going Wolverine as my third pick. Just incredible. Logan is just an incredible character.
Okay. I'm going to keep it in the insect family. Spider-Man shouldn't have made it this far. I will take Spider-Man. And I will take the Tom Holland Spider-Man in particular. I do think he is the best Spider-Man. I know our childhood says Tobey Maguire. All the 20-year-olds right now may say that it's the other guy whose name is blanking me. What was that?
James Garfield?
No, Andrew Garfield. Andrew Garfield. Who is James Garfield? That's the president.
Yeah, president.
He is the president.
Yeah.
And we just got too many Garfield references, and we just piqued Luke Hatmaker's interest again. This is a show for the comment section. If you're not in the comment section, get in here.
Yeah,
we're getting a lot of life and juice from the comment section right now.
I swear we didn't plan this, but my very next pick is Venom, because he is the incredible, like he's the opposite of Spider-Man. Like he is the evil, dark Spider-Man. Tom Hardy is great in the movies, but just like the Venom Carnage storyline within the Spider-Man realm and Spider-Man universe is fantastic. Venom is an incredible anti-hero, dark villain, like incredibly well done. Give me Venom for my 4th of 5.
Okay, so how many have I picked? I picked 4.
Yeah, last pick.
Okay. There was only one of them I really wanted.
So much meat on the bone still.
I know. And I'm going off the reservation here. I don't care. He is quite possibly, but I'm not going to couch it at all. He is the absolute greatest side character in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Who do you think I'm talking about?
Greatest side character.
A number 2 or even number 3 in some cases.
I mean, there's so many options here that could be sidekicks. From
he
Rogues,
is a former WWE wrestler.
Oh,
Dave Bautista as Drax is my favorite. There is no one. I've taken a lot of characters from movies that make me laugh. That's just kind of my personality. Again, Halloween Rusty over there is taking
all the dark ones.
Venom, all the darkness. I've taken all the ones that make me laugh, and nobody makes me laugh in any movie as consistently as Drax does. When he's eating the Zarg nuts and he's saying that he's moving so slowly that it is imperceptible to the eye, I lose it every single time. Anytime he talks to Mantis, I'll lose it.
There's still so many good ones left. We didn't talk. I like Hulk. Hulk's a favorite of mine. I love like Professor X and the way he leads like the school for mutants. Like there's so many good, like so much meat left on the bone. But I'm gonna go. Jared's already saying that you've won. Whatever. Then I'm going for a pick for me. A pick for me would be. Oh man, I'm doing it. So Channing Tatum did him justice in the Deadpool movie.
Oh, wow.
I wish we could get a Gambit movie because I don't think y'all, unless you read some of the X-Men comics growing up, like I don't know that you can truly appreciate how good of a character Gambit really is. Like he's got so many great one-liners, and he had some phenomenal ones in the movie.
You can tell me. I needed the captions on to understand what he was saying in Deadpool versus Wolverine.
Listen, I've got family that are from South Louisiana on my mama's side. That's exactly how they talk. And so, like, when he was speaking, I was like, cool, I got this. But, like Gambit in the comics is an incredibly deep character. There was supposed to be a movie a number of years ago, and it got scrapped. That's how it ended up in the underworld in Deadpool. But anyway, Gambit, Gambit is awesome. Like, again, Channing Tatum does a good job. But Gambit in the comic books is what I'm saying. He's so much deeper, so much more complex. Incredible character in the comics. Give me Gambit for my last one.
All right, honorable mention. There were a couple of that I was right off the list here. I love Black Widow, the former Scarlet. Maybe because it's just Scarlett Johansson. Apply the same thing for the Scarlet Witch there. There's just something about their acting that just draws my eyes.
Man, there's so many like good.
There's just such good actors.
There's so many
Just
good honorable mentions we could go here, like Jean
beautiful
Grey
actors.
and Rogue and Storm in that capacity. I love the Juggernaut and his line, iconic. Mama, plug your ears. It's the Juggernaut, bitch. And then he just runs through whatever. Like, Juggernaut's incredible character. Again, I love the Hulk. Golly, there's just so many. At least you didn't say Hawkeye. We're good there. Wayno with some deep tracks. Howard the Duck, underrated character. Absolutely underrated character. Dr. Doom, like some very, very deep cuts there. Magneto is a great bad guy, along with Thanos. Like, there's so many good characters we couldn't get to. So y'all let us know in the comments who we left out. Who are your favorites? Our Bucks Big Three turned into a Bucks Big Six today with honorable mentions and all the things. And that's fine because you get what you pay for on this show. And that's two buffoons buffooning before we talk sports. So
that's it.
Drew, appreciate that. That's always fun. Bucks Big Three, back-to-back bangers with baseball movies, football movies, and now Marvel characters. But we do have a game tonight to talk about. We'll be brief on the Grizz before we get to our FanDuel Friday picks. The Grizz play the Heat tonight in a preseason game.
Okay, I would like to when before we start talking about the Grizz versus the Heat tonight, I want to flash up a comment from Jared from earlier in the show that sums it up perfectly. An unstoppable force meets an immovable object
Tonight. You got the Owen.
Maybe an extremely stoppable force meets an immovable object tonight, as both the Grizzlies and the Heat are underwind. Under victory. Underwind to start this preseason.
They have not been besmirched by victory this preseason as the 0-4 Grizzlies face the 0-5 Heat.
They are totally smirched.
Tonight. They are very smirched.
They're totally smirched.
Yeah, I was talking last night. Maggie and I were talking about something. We were watching something last night on Ed Gein and talking about somebody being nonchalant. And I was like, no, I'd be very chalant in this moment right now.
Very,
that's like,
very chalant.
Nobody has been chalant for the Grizz or the Heat so far this preseason.
What is it Michael Scott says? When he's shoot, I can't remember.
Anyway, the Grizz play the Heat tonight. The Heat are a 4.5-point favorite on FanDuel. FanDuel.com, your home for all things sports betting this basketball season. The over-under is set at 233.5 tonight, Drew. And your leading scorers to score 15 or more points, you got Jaren Jackson Jr. at -180, -168 for Norman Powell. Bam Adebayo at -102, and Jalen Wells +172 to go 15+ points tonight.
Yeah, I mean, I think what you're going to be looking at here is how much is anybody going to be playing. It is the last preseason game for the Grizzlies. I'm pretty sure it's the last for the Miami Heat because Miami's somehow playing 6 preseason games. The Grizzlies are only playing 5. I'm assuming they're only playing 6. They could have a 7th scheduled. I don't know, but I'm assuming it's only 6. Grizzlies playing their last preseason game. How much is Jaren Jackson Jr. going to play? Are we going to see Ty Jerome? Are we going to see Scottie Pippen Jr.? All those guys, are they going to play tonight? And the fact that the over-under for 15 points, the fact that nobody other like Ty Jerome is not listed on there means he's probably not playing.
So he was just under Jalen Wells. He was around like +200. So the only people on the Grizzlies injury report, and I do want to get to that comment, Scottie Pippen Jr. and John Morant are both game time decisions. Brandon Clark and Zach Edey are out. I hope the opposite. I hope that our players play. We have seen 0 minutes with Ty Jerome, KCP, and Jaren Jackson Jr. on the floor, and that's going to be a lineup that we're going to see a lot this year. And we kind of did the reverse that what everybody else kind of did. Everybody else kind of ramped up their players and probably kind of wind them down to get ready for next week. I mean, none of our guys have played more than 25 minutes. And we saw that last year in Taylor Jenkins' offense. And we saw that last year with especially like that carried on well into the season. And I know that's kind of Tomas's MO. He plays a lot of players because they play with pace and aggression.
Well, we don't know that. We don't know that that's his MO to play 12 guys a night.
It is, because if you do any kind of online research about it, that's what he does in the European League. That's what he's done his entire career. But I want to see tonight. I want to see your guys play tonight, man. Like, we've seen nothing. Ty Jerome played 2 games and shut him down. KCP played 3 games, shut him down. And that's fine, I guess. But, like, give me a little something. Again, The win-loss, I don't care, but give me some minutes to get me excited about the season instead of it just being this. And I understand Tomas's point that the preseason is for development. Cool, we've developed guys. We see that we don't have anything in Lawson Lovering and PJ Hall. Give me some minutes with KCP, Ty Jerome, and Jaron on the floor running some pick and roll, pick and pop offense, and let's see what happens.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you. You know, I don't really care about wins and losses either in the preseason. Just it sucks that all of the losses have been ugly. And so I need competition. Despite shooting 46 from 3 on Wednesday, 46% from 3, making like 25 threes Wednesday night against Charlotte, you found a way to lose that game by 30 and give up 145 points. Like, that just doesn't happen. And so I need to see I just need to see something. I need to I don't want to make them. I don't want to say they've got to win for me to feel confident, but they got to come pretty close. Like, what are we doing? Like, if you don't care about wins and losses and nothing that matters, then you're not even watching the game. I'm watching this game, and I do not want to see them suck. Like, that's it. Just kind of that simple for me.
Just don't suck. Just go out, be competitive, play hard. I don't care if you win or lose. Just be competitive, and that's all I'm asking for. Yes, it's been emphasizing the idea of process over results. Wayno, I get that, but like, I need to see the process evolve a little bit then. And I need to see some real minutes of our starters because like Drew, like Jared talked about that this morning on the Daily Grind. Thank you. I blanked on there for a second. The Daily Grind. Like last year, we didn't play our guys hardly at all and then expected a flip to be switched in the playoffs. And now we haven't really played in the preseason. And now all of a sudden we're going to flip a switch and play a ton next week. Like I just don't see that happening. Give me some minutes from Jaren, KCP, and give me some Ty Jerome on the court, filling it up, even if it's just for like 20 minutes together, 15, 18, 20 minutes. That's fine. But I just want to see them together.
Yeah. I want to see somebody not set a career high for like scoring. Like, don't set the season high in the preseason against the Grizzlies, please.
Yeah. Exactly.
The defense has been absolutely atrocious. And
horrible.
The nerve Wayno has to show his face in here after his boy got nutmegged in the fourth quarter of a game that you're getting blown out. Like, if somebody gets nutmegged tonight, if one of the Grizzlies get nutmegged tonight, I expect that player to run and punch the other player in the back of the head. Chase him down the court, punch him in the back of the head.
Real quick,
do not get punked.
Like, just like a goal for tonight. Don't be the Sports Center top play because that's what that was LaMelo Ball nutmeg to Brandon Miller, and it was just it was an ugly sequence for the Grizz. The number one play on Sports Center. Like maybe we just don't be on the receiving end of the top play tonight.
I'm telling you, it was the most. I'm not calling to purposefully injure anybody, but if there's a safe way to just jump on somebody's back and take them to the ground when they try to nutmeg you and succeed,
I'll tell you what.
Like, have some pride. Jock Landale got nutmegged and didn't even make it past half court, trailing the play. Like, buddy.
Yeah. Go give him a noogie. That's it. That's the safe way. Put him in a headlock. Give him a noogie. Yeah.
That hairline makes Jock Landale look like he's gotten a lot of noogies growing up.
Exactly right. Exactly. Or maybe pull a Tony Allen, throw your foot out, and kick him in the chest like he did Chris Paul. That's all you got to do.
Do something. Real quick, don't get nutmegged.
Yeah, last thing on the NBA before we hit the commercial break and talk college football. One of the things the NBA is doing this year that is really cool, and I just saw this again. I meant to say something about this the other day, but on the jerseys of all the rookies, they have a commemorative rookie patch that's going to be on the jersey. And then on all the awards winners last year, the MVP, Rookie of the Year, DPOY, Sixth Man of the Year are going to have a gold NBA logo on the back of their jerseys above the last name. The NBA has an exclusive deal with Topps Trading Cards that they're going to remove those patches and they're going to put them in one-of-one limited release cards to then be sold to the public, which I think is freaking awesome, man. Like, just it's
I was
really cool
hoping
you can bring something like that back together. I was at that card show a few weeks ago out in Bartlett. It was awesome, and this is a really cool way to kind of get people excited about cards again.
I was really thinking that you were saying they were going to be like a patch on the front of the jersey, and then by once you're like at LeBron's age, you have a whole. You look like a Boy Scout who's just completed his Eagle, got the Eagle Award, whatever, where you just got buttons all over your jersey. Yeah,
This is cool.
I don't know that there's not going to be any gold on a Grizzlies jersey this season.
No, they don't give them for runner-up.
First team all rookie. I mean, I don't know if that counts, but
yeah, they don't give them for runners-up, I guess. We ain't giving no participation trophies around here. It's just for the winners.
That's right.
But that's our basketball talk for today. Tune in tonight as the Grizzlies play on FanDuel Southeast or on League Pass, wherever you watch your games, as they take on the Miami Heat, hopefully showing some competitive fight tonight. But on the other side of the commercial break, we are doing our FanDuel Football Friday picks like we do every Friday in what is a massive college football slate.
You can take two stances, but you have to take one. You can say preseason doesn't matter. Okay, sleep well at night knowing that, convincing yourself of that if that's your belief. If preseason matters even a little bit, then there is something that we've gotten blown out 4 times. Like, I don't know how you can just sit back and just be like, oh, it doesn't matter. Like, I don't think it matters a ton, but there's people over here being like, just calm down, we're fine. And they may be right, but all we have to look at is like the 4 games of the new coach this season and the new roster, and buddy, Charlotte dropped 150 on us. You do look at this and draw things from it about how you're going to play in the regular season.
Yeah.
Like these guys are our team. You know, this is the guys that we work with. Front court depth is a problem.
Tune in to The Daily Grind with your host, Lute Hatmaker, every Monday through Friday at 7:30 a.m. live on the Bluff City Media YouTube channel. In the heart of the Highland Strip for 27 years, Trilogy Tattoo has helped tell stories for Memphians for generations. Located at 530 South Highland, Richie and his team are waiting to help you tell yours.
From tattoos to piercings, your body art should be as unique as you are. Voted a Memphis Flyer top 3 tattoo shop in the city of Memphis since day one. Your story will be safe here at Trilogy Tattoo.
Open 7 days a week, Monday through Saturday, 11 to 11, and 3 to 11 on Sundays. They have convenient times waiting on you. Let Trilogy Tattoo help you tell your story.
Welcome back to the Friday edition of the $2 Sports Show, here getting you ready for a weekend full of fun and family and football. Tomorrow at 1:30 p.m., me and Buckets and Jared will be live from Grind City Brewing Company doing a live show previewing all of the games. We will have LSU and Vandy on before we start. We will lead right up to Ole Miss and Georgia. We'll end the night with Tennessee and Alabama. Come hang out with us. That is me and Rusty and Jared and all of your friends. So everybody show up, come hang out with us, have a few drinks, have a good laugh, watch Ole Miss dominate the Dogs. That'll be the first time they dominate a set of dogs this year, but there will be multiple dogs that get dominated by the Rebels. And it all starts tomorrow.
We'll see about that. But yeah, tomorrow's going to be a great time. Weather's going to be nice. The Cooper Young Beer Fest is going on. Y'all go have a brew, then come hang out with us. It's going to be an awesome day of football, picking against the FanDuel spreads. I know King Meeks is going to be there. It's going to be a perfect day tomorrow for football in what is the best venue in the city, man. Like,
it is
truly. I went out there a couple weeks ago, Drew, and I played. I got invited out for their Thursday night wiffle ball league, and I got to go play wiffle ball out there, looking out at the pyramid and the M Bridge, and it's a ton of fun. Great place to hang out, and we'll be there, so that makes it an even better place to hang out. Grind City Brewing.
Be there or be.
That's right. That's
Square.
Right. The Oregon Ducks. Go Ducks. Is that what that is?
Square.
There it is.
Oh.
But we do on Fridays, we pick against the FanDuel football spread, and we've got a massive slate of college football games to get to for tomorrow, Drew, so we won't waste any more time. For the first time since the year of our Lord, 1978, the Vanderbilt Commodores are a favorite in an SEC football game, and not just playing Kentucky. and not playing South Carolina. They're playing the LSU Bengal Bayou Tigers as they travel to Nashville in a massive SEC tilt, a top 20 matchup featuring the Vanderbilt Commodores and the LSU Tigers. Just a wild sentence that I said there.
Did you know in
the Commodores are a 2.5-point home favorite on FanDuel.com.
Did you know that in 1978, the Bee Gees had 3 #1 songs, including Staying Alive?
Hey!
So the last time Vanderbilt was favored over LSU, the people were hearing Staying Alive for the first time ever.
Speaking of staying alive, if Vanderbilt can find a way to win this game, and on ESPN, they're at a 60% chance to win the game. Again, FanDuel picks them -2.5 to win the game. If they can win this game, there is a real playoff aspiration staying alive for the Commodores if they can beat LSU at home. I think that 2.5 is basically a pick 'em. What does FanDuel know, right? Like LSU is clearly the more talented team, clearly the better football team. But this year, it hadn't been the case. Vanderbilt's offense can get up and down the field. They can score. They can move the football. Diego Pavia is a great quarterback and a great leader for this team. I think they're going to do it, man. Give me the Doors, -2.5. I like them to cover. I like them to win. Can't believe I'm saying this, but I'm actually in my lifetime, I'm picking the Commodores to win a game they're favored against the LSU Tigers. Wow.
Yeah, weird. It's also crazy that they were like underdogs against like South Carolina. You know,
well, that was so early in the
season,
on right?
The road, but
it was on the road early in the season. We now know more than we did then, but yeah, first time since 1978. I think like Kenny might have been the only Kenny and Sane might have been the only BCM members around for that. They'll have to let us know how it went.
78. See, that would make
it's
them
an old joke. It's an old joke.
40, 48.
They're not that old. Yeah, I'm just seeing if they're paying attention in the comments. I know they listen to the show.
Oh, they don't watch the show.
Now and then.
They're
they
not
pop in every now and then. But thankfully they're not, 'cause that was an old joke.
All right. So, listen, I'm kind of torn on this because I want to be on your side here. I want to be on the side of the Commodores, but I'm not. I'm going to take LSU here. I just think that LSU probably figures it out a little bit. I was impressed with their game against South Carolina last weekend, where they more or less manhandled them. I still believe in the LSU defense, and so I think that LSU more or less figures it out. I hope they do as well. I said I want to root for Vanderbilt, but it's obviously better for Ole Miss if LSU stays, good and doesn't fall off the cliff here. But all that aside, I just kind of think LSU figures it out and kind of gets Vanderbilt with the second loss earlier than any of us would like.
So Jared's right. LSU did figure out how to win the ball last week, and I kept this in my back pocket for this moment. Drew, there is a story that we all learned about in Sunday school growing up where Samson gets his strength from his hair.
Yeah.
And what surfaced this week but Landry Kiffin talking Whit Weeks into buzzing here. Actually, she was freaking out in the background, but he buzzes his head. He cuts his hair. He lost his power. Give me the Doors. Doors are going to win, man. Because of that moment, Samson gave up his strength. The Doors are going to win.
I just I don't think God would have had much favor on Samson if he was an LSU Tiger. So I don't think that God's gonna hold Whit Weeks to the same standards as one Samson.
Fair take
of Middle Ages time.
Yeah, fair take there. So in one of the nightcap games that we will be also talking about tomorrow while we're at Grind City Brewing for the show on FanDuel, Alabama is a 8.5-point home favorite in the third Saturday of October. A cigar game, a massive rivalry game that usually has SEC implications. Alabama won for like 12 years in a row. Josh Heupel is now going back to back against the Crimson Tide.
2 out of 3.
2 out of 3. That's right.
At home.
2 out of 3.
Won both of them at home.
Both of them at home. Games on the road in Tuscaloosa. Bama's 8.5-point favorite. Drew, who you got?
I think Todd's going to roll. I think that Ty Simpson is the best quarterback in the SEC. He arguably has the best wide receiver in the SEC, and that Tennessee's secondary is probably their weakest aspect. What Tennessee does have for them is they can rush the passer really well. They lead the SEC in sacks. But I'm not betting against the Tide right now. They've just dominated on all fronts since taking that loss to Florida State in week 1. I'm taking Alabama at home plus a big number in my opinion. So 8.5. So.
And that's where I get stuck on it because Jam Miller is banged up. He's listed as probable for tomorrow's game, and he's been a huge part of Alabama's offensive resurgence lately. They've been able to run the football and allow Ty Simpson to keep defenses honest and pick them apart because you give Ty Simpson time, he's going to pick your secondary apart. But that's what Tennessee does well also. They run the football incredibly well. Again, like I said last week against a couple weeks ago against Georgia, like this is not the same Alabama front that we've seen. There's not that dude that can stop the run or be an absolute just gap monster. And so I think Alabama wins. But the last few games, this game's been fairly close for a long time, and it usually is. I think Alabama wins, but 8.5 is a big number against a Tennessee team that can control the football, that can control the game. Yes, Heupel is known for quick hits and pops and gets down the field. But I think he's going to want to slow this one down to keep the ball out of Ty Simpson's hands. Give me the balls to cover, but I do think Alabama wins. 8.5 is just a big number even at home for Alabama.
I don't think Tennessee should slow the ball down ever. I think that
Fair.
That's just kind of Heupel's thing. Don't ask a tiger to change its stripes, especially if you want to try to knock off a team. You need to do what you do best. And I just think that Alabama's better. And so I'm going to take the Tide there.
Tennessee runs the ball incredibly well. I think this is going to be an incredible football game. I do think this is going to be an awesome game. All right, USC at Notre Dame. Another big – we got a lot of big rivalry games this weekend. USC travels to South Bend. Notre Dame is a 9.5-point home favorite. All intents and purposes, Notre Dame is getting back on their feet, right? They're getting a ton of love from the AP without a real quality win, and this would be a quality win for the Irish. Lincoln Riley and USC has shown me just really not a whole lot in big games, especially big games on the road. Yes, they dominated Michigan at home. They won a big game at home, like good win. But
Illinois on the road? Does that count for you?
No, because Illinois got beat by 50 by somebody. Like I just don't.
Indiana.
I don't put a lot of stock in that.
Indiana.
Yeah. I don't put a ton of stock in that. I like Notre Dame here, plus 9.5. I think Jeremiah Love is one of the best running backs in the country. CJ Carr is coming along, absolutely ball knower Jared here. Incredible. Unless like Notre Dame is known to get kind of kooky sometimes, but if they just go like gold, blue, gold, and USC is their normal, like this is given like 70s and 80s when these games actually meant something. But I like the Irish to cover at home. It's a big opportunity for Marcus Freeman to get a win. Inexplicably, his name is being linked to Penn State and Florida. I don't think he is going anywhere from Notre Dame. Like, I truly think he is there, at least for like, because I don't know that either of those jobs are better than Notre Dame right now. And so I think they go out, they flex, and they make a statement. Give me the Irish plus or minus 9.5.
So are you saying, for the record, Marcus Freeman being linked to Penn State and Florida is inexcusable because he wouldn't leave or because he's not good enough?
Oh, no. He is absolutely good enough because he's not going to leave Notre Dame. Right. Don't get it twisted. I love Marcus Freeman as a coach. Yeah. Phenomenal football coach.
Because there were people trying to poke holes in him until he made that playoff run last year.
Absolutely.
He would be a home run at wherever he went.
He would, but I'm saying like it's delusional, delulu, as the kids say these days, that anybody thinks you're going to be able to like there's probably 3 jobs in the entire country that you would leave Notre Dame for, and he's an Irish guy. He's homegrown. Like Jared said here, he's an Irish guy through and through. I know
he played college ball at Ohio State, so I don't know what you mean.
Indiana, like he's from right down the road. Like he kind of came up through the ranks there. Like I don't think he's going to go anywhere.
Okay, I'm taking USC here. I think the USC's offense has been prolific. I think this game, it's very well that Notre Dame could win this game, but I'm going to take the opposite approach to what I took in Tennessee, Alabama. I think Alabama covers a big spread. I don't think Notre Dame covers a big spread. They could win it outright, but I think USC, Maiava has been really good at quarterback for them. Their defense has been pretty good this year, which is something you don't really see out of Lincoln Riley teams. And Lincoln Riley does not have a signature win since leaving Oklahoma. Mm-hmm. This is his shot to go do it at South Bend. If you win, I think you can flip USC and Notre Dame in the playoff standings here.
I was about to say.
Loser goes home. Yeah. In my opinion.
This game, the Alabama, Tennessee, the LSU, Vanderbilt, Ole Miss, Georgia, we're going to talk about here in a minute. All these games on your screen, except for one, have massive playoff implications. Yeah. And then we're getting to that point of the season, but this one is huge because, like you said, the loser is effectively done in the playoff conversation.
Yeah.
Next up, we have one of the most bitter rivalries in sports. I love it. The Holy War. What a friggin' nickname. It's infighting within the Mormon church, but like absolutely incredible football game. You got the undefeated BYU Cougs hosting Utah. Utah is a 3.5-point road favorite, Drew, on the road in the Holy War. I think that like that's just it's a step up in competition for BYU, and I think that's a large part of why Utah is a favorite. Who you got in this game?
Listen, I'm not going to lie to our listeners here. I'm going to absolutely swag this one, and that's a wild guess. And I'm seeing one team that's got a lost to Texas Tech. No shame in Utah losing to Texas Tech, even though it wasn't home. They've turned out to be world beaters. Yeah. BYU's undefeated. BYU is also a home underdog. So I'll just take the home underdog here and take the guys from Provo. I think they've got one of the best shades of blue that any team does have. You see it in the bottom of your screen here. A beautiful shade of blue. I'll take the Mormons over the others, the unchurched.
Yeah. I'm actually going to go Utah here. I like BYU. Provo is a really hard place to go play. It's altitude. It's just always rowdy. Ask Arkansas. They went out there. Jared, you know all about that. Went out there and got beat. State went out there back in the early 2000s, got beat. They have a freshman quarterback, Bear Bachmeyer. He wears number 47 at QB. Like that's a wild thing you don't see very often.
I don't want to like assume anything of anybody. Bachmeyer, is this consecutive Jews that are playing quarterback for BYU?
I'm going to leave that alone, and I'm going to take the Utes.
I'm just saying, the other one was good, but he got kicked out for unscrupulous behavior.
I'm taking the Utes. They got one of the best offensive lines in the country. We're keeping this show afloat here. I'm taking the Utes, one of the best offensive line in the country. Nasty defense as well. I think Utah's a better team. There's no shame in getting handled by Texas Tech because they're going to handle pretty much everybody that they play to get a big road win.
Well, and next before you start throwing any darts my way, I picked them. So, all right,
very fair. I'll go first, and I'll let you have your spiel about Ole Miss. Ole Miss travels to Georgia, 7.5-point home favorite for the Dogs. Man, this game has got massive implications for both teams. I feel like Georgia has to, like the Alabama game was their canon event, and I think Ole Miss is still looking for theirs. I think Ole Miss is a great football team. They move the ball super effectively. The defense has been really good. I think Georgia is on a different track. They're not the Georgia of old. I don't think that like by saying that, I think Georgia has had their canon event. They've turned it around and like they're trucking at this point. I think Ole Miss is right behind them. I think Ole Miss can win this game, but I think Georgia wins it late. I'm taking Ole Miss plus 7.5 to cover. Like this game is going to go one of two ways. This is going to be like 48-45, or this is going to be like 14-10. Like I don't really see an in between. I don't think there's a blowout here. It's either going to be a massive struggle where both defenses kind of lean in and slow down the offense, or this thing could be a freaking shootout like we saw Tennessee and Georgia. Either way, we're going to get good football. I'm taking the Rebels to cover, but I do think the Dogs win.
Yeah, I feel like I've got a pretty good finger on the pulse of lines when it comes to Ole Miss. I've seen this team enough. Lane's in his 6th season here. I kind of know which way I'm feeling pretty early. If I was on the show last week, I would have told you there was no chance in the world Ole Miss was covering 32.5 after a bye week at 11 a.m. Like, I just kind of had a feeling about that kind of stuff, and I kind of trust my feelings. I don't know what's going to happen in this game whatsoever. Listen, there are just so many variables with Ole Miss. I've talked about Ole Miss's holes before. They're not rushing the passer well, and Trinidad Chambliss is not throwing the ball downfield much. So I think that it's very possible. Write this down, Rusty, when you want to tell me I'm a homer. I think it's very possible that Ole Miss is not a top 5 team in the country. I picked them 8-4 coming into the season. They have wildly surpassed my expectations. But this is the game that we all circled after the LSU game when we found out that LSU is extremely mid. After the LSU game, this is the one that's like, this is the litmus test. Of all the SEC teams, I think Ole Miss could be the most polarizing team going into this game because you don't really know. Maybe Ole Miss is top 5. Maybe they're like 15. I'm not sure.
The line just moved. It just dropped to 6.5 for Georgia. Literally just moved on FanDuel.
Okay. Well, that's good news for me because I believe the line started at like 5.5 and it jumped to 7.5, if I remember correctly.
I think you're right.
I'm making my pick for Ole Miss based on what I've seen out of Georgia. We've talked about this too. Like they're not rushing the passer well. They're not running the ball extremely well. And I think that Ole Miss will be able to, if either team is able to force the quarterback to stay in the pocket and run, that's the team, and throw, that's the team that's probably going to win this game. I think that the Ole Miss secondary has one of the most underrated units in the SEC so far this year. And so I'm hoping that Ole Miss covers it at 7.5. I like having a whole touchdown of margin here. 6.5 scares me a little bit more, but I'm not going to change my pick for a point. So I'll take Ole Miss, but these are the two ways I see this going. It's a close game, but I don't see any team blowing the other team out.
I think 7.5 is a big number for this game. Like I said, if it's close, it's 14-10, or if it's a shootout, it's 48-45. But I don't think one team blows the other one out. I just really don't see it that way.
You know, Ole Miss humiliated Georgia last year, 28-10. And those 10 points were scored. 7 of those points were scored in the first quarter for Georgia. They just humiliated Georgia last year. I just don't know, man. I'm so wishy-washy. I think that Monday, though, I can come on this show and give you a pretty good feeling of what this team's going to be the rest of the year.
Yeah. So we're both high on Ole Miss to cover, and then from there, we don't know what's going to happen. But the last game we're picking today is Mississippi State at Florida. Florida's a 9.5-point home favorite, over-under set at 51.5. Billy Napier no longer coaching for his job. All intents and purposes and reports are that he will be canned this weekend, regardless of the outcome. It's come out on USA Today. It's been reported.
If you're going to fire him, fire him.
That's why yesterday or Wednesday on our show, I said I'm out on quiet quitting. If you're going to can him. Like, what are we doing here? Yeah. But hot seat Billy is a thing, and they play well with him on the hot seat. Doesn't sound like his seat is hot anymore. It sounds like he's already been booted off, which is the most like beta male thing, soy boy thing to do is go coach this game if you know you're going to get fired. But whatever, Drew, I'll let you go first.
What do you want him to do? Walk off and forfeit millions of dollars in a buyout?
No, I want him. The best thing he could do to stick it to Florida is go out and just like run the ball to the middle and punt every time this weekend.
Punt on second down.
That's it.
Then they could probably fire him for cause. So
yeah. I have calls. It is because I hate him.
I hate you. All right. So you're taking Mississippi State?
Well, I'll get to that. I'm letting you go first, and then I'm gonna do my little spiel. You go first.
Okay. Well, that was a spiel, I thought. So, all right. I don't know. I don't know. I'm taking Mississippi State. I don't know how Florida's a 9.5-point favorite against Mississippi State. Let's start there. That makes me leery from the get-go. It feels like Vegas is begging me to take Mississippi State here. I don't know why this is 9.5 with all of the drama that's going around.
It has not moved.
Yeah, so that's what scares me about this game is if this is 9.5, that means you've got to know that all the money has got to be on Mississippi State right now, which makes me think that Florida's just going to kill them. But what about Florida so far makes me think that they're 10 points better than Mississippi State. I just don't see it. Maybe it's the defense. Maybe that Florida's defense just gets after Blake Shapen and Mississippi State can't score 17 points in this game. That's the only path away that I see that Florida wins this game by over 10 points. So reluctantly, actually no, because I know you're picking Mississippi State. I got to come back. I'll take Florida. I'll just go with what I think. I'm not going to fall for Vegas's trap, I think. But I was going to pick Mississippi State. I got to
partial credit. You get partial credit. Yeah. Mississippi State is 5-1 against the spread this year. Florida's 2-4. And Florida's defense will be the difference. We're still Albert Reese. We don't know if he's going to play. We're missing Steen and Smith on the offensive line. Isaac Smith's game time decision. I think they're both going to play, but like our offensive line is depleted. You're missing 3 of your week 1 starters because of injury, possibly 3, 2 for sure, 1 maybe. That's what makes me nervous in this game. I want to, like, I think we can win this game. I think we can absolutely croom Billy Napier and send him out. Billy Napier is 1-0 at Florida against Mississippi State. He's 0-2 at Louisiana Lafayette against Mississippi State. Well, I think we can send him out. Like, I think we can send him out with a loss. Like, I think that could truly, truly happen. But Billy Napier just coaches so well on the hot seat. I'm going to take the dogs to cover. 9.5 is a massive number because our defense is also pretty good. / DJ Lagway has not really been great this year. Blame Billy Napier, blame him, blame whatever you want. He just hadn't been good. I'm going to take the dogs to cover on the road. It's also going to be one of the best uniform matchups of the weekend. Jared was talking about uniform matchups earlier. They're going with a throwback UF helmet that looks really good. We're going with the interlocking MSU and all white. It's going to look good.
Michigan State? That's MSU, right?
No, it's not. So I think we can go on the road. I think we can win this game. I think we can beat Florida, and we can get. I don't know. It's coming back. This is the second time we weren't supposed to wear it once this year. We're wearing it for a second time. It's coming back to Starkville. But give me the dogs to cover on the road. I think there's a path to win this game, but without offensive line help, it's going to be tough.
Yeah. All right.
Well, that's going to do it for your Friday edition of the 2 Buck Sports Show. Drew, you do anything fun this weekend? I know you kind of highlighted it earlier. We got the show. What game are you calling tonight?
Yeah, so I'm calling homecoming for the Ripley Tigers tonight, just across the road from where I live. They are hosting Byhalia for all you Shelby County folks. Cross the state line there going south, and you'll hit Byhalia. That's who Ripley's playing tonight. Going to a family cookout after the show tomorrow. So, big weekend plan.
Nice, man. I love that. Yeah, I'm watching the Grizzlies, actually, we're going to watch, I'm going to have the Grizzlies on tonight, but we were watching, in October, we watched a ton of scary movies. We're kind of between the original Halloween or the original Hellraiser, one of those two, Pinhead or Michael Myers. It's going to be a good scary movie night with the Grizzlies on in the background, which could also be a scary movie. If you watch the whole thing all the way through, could be a very spooky scene. Then I've got the Ground City Show 20-year high school reunion tomorrow night, and then nothing on Sunday. So super stoked about Sunday getting here. It's going to be a fun weekend, but looking forward to some downtime. But we appreciate y'all hanging out with us Monday through Friday at 11 a.m. on Bluff City Media's YouTube channel. Until Monday, y'all go be a friend to somebody who needs a friend. And Drew, tell them why there are no refunds.
That's right, because with the $2, you always get what you pay for. Have a good weekend, everybody. Be safe. Join us back on Monday. See ya.
Thank you for listening to the 2 Buck Sports Show. If you enjoyed this episode, leave a rating and a review wherever you download your podcasts. Also, like and subscribe to Bluff City Media's YouTube page. We'll see you back here next time.